is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shauna, and in today's video I figured we would just like do a brush haul that I did a while back. I purchased brushes from Sigma like a month or so now ago because they were having their big 75% off sale. It's not an ad or anything, I just really fucking love Sigma brushes. I'll just show you what I got, and then we'll just do a look with them. So the first brush I got was the E49, which is a medium tapered blending brush. So here is that one. Next I got the E45, which is a small tapered blending. So like the same thing, but with a smaller head. Although now that I'm looking at it, it is very interesting because this is actually the medium and this is the small. I don't know. This looks bigger to me than this. Let me line them up. Yeah, that's that. Maybe it's because it says the E45 Max, but it still says small tapered and medium tapered. That's funny to me. All right, up next, I got the E42, which is a precision firm blender. Anyway, here is that. See, like this is what I would have called the small. And again, this is a precision firm blender. Up next is the E27, which is a detail blending brush. I already have one of these in my collection, but I wanted another one. It's very interesting to me because it's flat and then domed at the top, so you can really get in that crease there and then buff it out, but you can also put it the long way and brush out as you need to. Next up, I got the E33, which is a detail diffused crease. And again, a nice domed top, perfect for getting in that crease. It's nice and small. And then the cool thing about this sale was they were getting rid of all of their old brandy. So I got a bunch of those brushes for like really cheap. So the first one is this E36, which is just this lovely tiny blender. All right, next, this is an E30, which is just a nice pencil brush. That's nice and firm. Next, with the old packaging, I got the E68, which is a line perfector. I already have one of these. I absolutely love it to like carve out my brows, or if I fuck up my lipstick a little bit, it's nice to clean those edges up, and obviously to do a liner. And next I got an E25, which is a bigger version of the E27, and it's just called a blending brush. So again, a dome top, just like this one here. Next, I got a large angled contour, which was an F40. I love a contour brush. I only have one in my collection. I wanted another one. So that's why I got this one. And finally, in their the last thing in their new packaging that I got was the F35, which is a tapered highlight brush. And that looks like this. When I first got it, I was like, oh, it kind of looks like my spotlight duster, but they're very different. I'm interested to try this. It's been hit or miss when I've used highlighter brushes like this, so we shall see. And I actually ended up getting I don't know, it's been so long. I do know though, I got all of those for under $100. So very happy with my purchase. But anyway, let me pop off camera. Let me do my brows really fast and prime my lids. And then we are gonna go in with the Juicy Boost palette from Colored Rain. So I will be right back. All right guys, I am back. My brows are done and my lids are primed. And I said we're gonna go into the Juicy Boost palette from Colored Rain. If you haven't picked up any of Colored Rain stuff, do it. The mattes blend like chef's fucking kiss. I'm gonna do like a red, white, and pink look to kind of match the vibe I've got going on today. All right, I think to start, I'm gonna go in with the Apple Strawberry. Looks like a nice red. I'm gonna take that pencil brush, the E30, and dip it into that Apple Strawberry shade. And then I'm just gonna go around my lid. So it has been forever since I have been on here. Funny story, tried to film a video about, time doesn't fucking make sense. I'm gonna say between 2 and 4 weeks ago now. And if you follow me on TikTok, I talked about this. I had some sort of like spiritual thing happen. I was hearing noises outside of my window, and I always film at night, so animals are usually like asleep unless they're nocturnal animals. And this sounded like a squirrel chittering. Anyway, it sounded like a squirrel chittering, and it wouldn't shut the fuck up. And then all of a sudden I smelled the smell of like when your candle burns out. And I look over and my candle had burnt out. And my fan wasn't on. And like right now my candle is lit and the fan is on and it's not burnt out. So that was just fucking weird. And then I come back because I go check the window. There's nothing there, of course. And I go back to start filming. I start filming again, and then all of a sudden I look and my film or my camera is no longer rolling. The recording shut off. So that was a good fucking time. Needless to say, I took some cedar and smoked out all the windows and doorways and shit upstairs. But yeah, that was fun. And I think it's because I, like a dumbass, I was in the middle of a session and then my kid called for me and I just left the session open and never closed it. So that's on me. And that's what happened there. Next, I am going to take this E42, the Precision Firm Blender, and I am going to dip it into cranberry vanilla shade. I'm gonna blend that right into the red. So yeah, I tried to film and I was doing a little get ready with me, and it's probably best that it didn't come out because it wasn't like the greatest in terms of attitude. My attitude's still not great. I've just been really burnt out, not gonna lie. It has been an exhausting year. I am so fucking ready for 2022 to be over. I know we shouldn't wish our lives away, but I am. Between autistic burnout, my kid got kicked out of his fucking summer program again, and one of these days he's gonna learn if I just keep acting in a way that nobody likes, then I can never have to do anything. Which isn't gonna work so well when he has to be an adult and like get paid and stuff, but yeah. So he was in not an after school program, but a summer program. And I thought he would really enjoy it because it's all shit he likes, like Legos and coding and Minecraft. And I spoke with the place multiple times before I sent him saying, well, actually I called every fucking daycare in my area. Do you have things for autistic kids? How do you work with autistic kids? What are the protocols? Most places are like, we don't have shit. I'm like, okay, well, thank you for being honest and not wasting my fucking time. But we found a place. I was like, oh my God, we love autistic kids. I'm like, cool. So first week I send him, and on the very first day they're like, we got problems. So I'm like, okay, what happened? He was hitting someone with his stuffy and he was throwing things. Cool. Let me ask, see why he did that. And he said it's because someone was in his spot. So I said, cool. Told them, look, he needs his own spot. That's just the way it is. Let him pick it. That's his spot. And that week was fine. Never heard. He didn't like always participate, but had no problems outside of that. We're gonna take coconut water, this white shade here, just to like clean shit up a bit. And I'm gonna use the E49, the medium tapered blending. So, but besides the fact that like he didn't really like participate much, which I didn't think he would, because the first one was on stop motion animation, which was like not his thing, you know? But it was like the first thing to like get his foot in the door and like get used to the place. And so then unfortunately they didn't have, this wasn't like a normal summer program where you go every day, like a daycare. This was like you pick the classes that you want. Well, they just didn't have a class for him the following week. And then the week after that, I was in Minnesota to visit a friend. So he didn't go that week because it's like, I'm not going to make my parents fucking drive him all the way from where they live to go to a class that's only 3 hours. Keep that in mind. Classes are only 3 hours, 9 to 12. To go to class for 3 hours. Waste of everyone's time. Cool. Come home. He has to go the next week. Bring him. I don't hear anything. I even let them know because it had been, at this point, 2 full weeks, so we're on the 3rd week. And if you know anything about autistic children, they need so much goddamn structure and a schedule. It's not even funny. So I get there on Monday and I see someone different at the front desk. So I'm like, hey, this is my kid. He needs his own seat. If he's getting a little crazy, tell him he needs to take a break. Remind him you need to ask for a break. And he's probably gonna take his shoes off. Just let it go. Don't hear anything Monday, so I assume it's fine. Tuesday, I get like, he doesn't really want to participate. I'm like, well, who gives a shit? He's only here for 3 hours. You guys lock the doors. What the fuck do you care? And then by Wednesday, it was basically, I was told he is not participating and he is no longer welcome. Why? He was hitting people. Okay. I do not condone my child hitting anyone. Clearly, that's never okay. But for context, this particular class was for actually children older than him, which when I asked, do you have something for his age group? Every week, it doesn't look like you do. No, we don't. Okay. Do you think he could possibly do any of the older kids' age groups? Well, what's his reading comprehension? I sent them his IEP, which shows that like his reading comprehension is at like a 3rd grade level when he's in 1st grade, or he was at the time. And I'm like, yes, he would be great, perfect, love it so much. Cool. So I think part of the problem was he was with kids who were between the ages of 8 and 14, and he was a fresh 7. We're talking like a month of being 7, month and a half of being 7. That's fucking scary. So I'm sure he was like acting out because older kids are just louder. Nothing wrong with that, they just are. But it's like these people clearly don't actually know how to deal with autistic children. I am so, let me clean this up before I move on. I'm gonna take this tiny E36 blending. I'm gonna dip it back into that cranberry vanilla, which was that pink shade, and kind of buff it in to the center here. Okay, so I'm so tired of places saying that they can do something for autistic kids when they actually don't really know what the fuck they're doing. And they say that because A, they want to make money, but also because when they think autism, think Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. And when the child does not act like Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory and is acting out and having a meltdown and expressing their emotions in the way that they know how when they're overstimulated, they don't want to deal with it. And it's not like I didn't get my money back or anything, but I was like, okay, well maybe, you know, like when there's an actual schedule, like, you know, when school's done, we can try again. You know, trying to come up with a solution because I do think it's something that he would enjoy. Also, he needs to do something in terms of like an extracurricular. We tried karate, he didn't like that. We tried this, he didn't like that. You know, like he can't be in the heat because he's overly sensitive. So like anything outdoors is kind of a no-no. He is deathly afraid of bugs, like to the point where I'm like, my guy, it's summertime. I don't know what to tell you. I'm about ready to tell his therapist, I don't know what you gotta do. You gotta EMDR that shit out, do something, because I can't. It's bad. So like I'm trying to find something for him, and so I thought this would be perfect. So I was like, hey, you know, maybe when it's summertime and he's on more of a schedule and it makes more sense because he'll be on a strict schedule, we can try then. Yeah, we're gonna have to like assess him before we do that. Don't worry about it. We won't be returning. So I asked him in the car, because he had to go to OT right after I picked him up. And I said, did you hit someone today in class? Because we've had chats about, you know, if you feel like hitting someone, you need to ask for a break and go sit out. Our hands are not for hitting, blah, blah, blah. He said, no, didn't hit anyone. Okay. And then I said, well, that is not what I heard. So I'm not gonna be mad. I just need to know if you did or not. Because otherwise I can't help you, you know, like then I need to be like, why the fuck are you lying? So did you hit someone? No. Okay. He says he didn't. He didn't. And that's what's frustrating to me. It's like, just be honest about it. And I'm not saying that kids don't lie. Kids lie. They don't want to get in trouble. But my kid knows he doesn't have to lie to me. Because I tell him all the time, if you tell me the truth, you're not going to get in trouble, but I need to know. We're going to have a conversation, but I'm not going to take anything away. And I'm not going to like name and shame because I did get my money back. It's like not a big deal. But what did end up happening is he sat around all fucking summer because I got to work. So yeah, that's what I mean by eventually at some point he's going to learn. Well, if I just fuck around, I guess I'll find out, and then I won't have to do shit I don't want to do. Alright, this palette doesn't really have like a lot of shimmers, and the ones that they do have aren't really going to look good with a halo eye, so I'm just going to dip into this ColourPop highlighter and just use my finger. We'll see how that looks. Also, I was like finally ready to start like going out, maybe going back to the gym instead of just working out at home. Like not that COVID is over, like I'd wear a mask at the gym and shit, but the big fucking Omicron wave is dying down. And now we have monkeypox, which the CDC, which doesn't care about us anymore, likes to pretend COVID nor monkeypox exists. So that's fun. And I feel extremely gaslit by like almost everyone in my life. I'm getting really tired of people telling me to, you know, just get over it and go live life. As if my child isn't asthmatic, and as if my child doesn't have eczema, which would make monkeypox feel like shit. So how excited am I for school to start again? Yeah, I'm not. Not at all. And it's like, people that tell me this, I'm like, do you not think that I don't want to go out? Do you? Interesting. Because I do. And then I've been busting my ass trying to make some friends. I'm just going to deepen this part up a little bit. And that really sucks when you're an adult. And I am on Bumble BFF. And lately, for some reason, they think that I would want to speak with people who are like 3 hours away. And that sounds really bitchy, but here's why I'm being a bitch about that. So I have so many online friends. My problem is I want to talk to people face to face, outside and social distanced, because can't be getting too close even now. But like, I am missing that connection. The only adults I speak to in person are my family. And what sucks is like, I get on, when I do find someone who's like in my area, the conversation always dies after like 48 hours, and I just assume it's me because I'm fucking weird. and I don't know how to have small talk with people. Because I don't want to talk to you about stupid shit. I want to get to know you. And I don't want to find out in like 6 months that you're a Trump supporter. Or that you don't think I should have rights. I don't have time for that. So the conversation like tends to die down pretty quickly, which is great for me. So there's like no update at all on that front. I have looked for groups on Reddit that are in my area. No posts for like 4 years. I went to Facebook groups today for my area. And I don't know because I haven't been accepted yet. But it's frustrating. I just want to find some nice queers, some nice they thems like myself, some nice trans folks. I just want to find some people. Like, I'm very lonely. And then with my breakup, while I'm still like missing that person, also I am thinking about like getting back out there. But you look like a psychopath if you have no photos with like friends. At least that's what I've been told. I know fuck all about that. I've also never internet dated. Not really looking forward to doing so for the simple fact that I feel like even with this Bumble BFF, it feels like online shopping but for people, and that's very weird to me. Like, it feels very dehumanizing. What else has been going on? Clearly I have like changed my appearance a bit, you know. Piercings help me feel things. All right, I need a liner. All right, I'm gonna pop off camera. I'm gonna line my eyes. I'm gonna put on my fucking base and my concealer, and then when we come back, I'll try that highlighter brush and the blush brush. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. So I did my foundation. I just used the Tarte Concealer. For regular concealer, I used e.l.f. Camo Concealer Hydrating. Primed with this ColourPop Pretty Fresh. And then I did a Fenty Matchstick in Amber to do some contour. So for blush, I'm gonna do this e.l.f. Putty Blush. There's no shade name, but it's this really pretty pink color. I'm just gonna go in with my finger first, warm up the product a little bit, and then tap it on, and then I'll blend it out with that Sigma angled brush. Since we're doing like a very monochromatic moment here, I am gonna go in with this highlighter in the shade Pillow Talk. It looks nice. I'll be honest, this probably isn't like my favorite brush out of everything we tried. I do prefer this type of highlighter brush better. You see the difference? It's like fluffier. I think this would be better for like a loose highlight. All right, I'm gonna take this white eyeliner from Wet n Wild. So going back to the friends thing, like childcare is a problem. And the thing is like my parents would watch my kid, but I don't know how often they'd be willing to do that. And I feel like in the beginning of these things, you kind of have to go out with a bunch of people and then like whittle it down, which means that he'd have to be watched a lot. I don't believe in introducing my kid to people I don't know. And no, I don't care if that's even for play dates. Fuck a play date, ugh. That makes me want to die just thinking about it. So I don't really think that they'd want to watch him that much. Plus, they do not live far away, but where I live, it's closer to the metropolitan area than where they live. So I would have to like drive 20 minutes south to then either come back to my area, which is still suburbia, but it's a little more, there's like more population. All right, I don't know where it cut off. But anyway, I am going to take that apple strawberry shade again, and I'm going to use this Morphe M213 and just tight line against that white eyeliner. Okay, I'm going to use this Sigma E54, which is called a medium sweeper. It's a little denser, so it picks up the pigment a lot better. So if anyone has any like small talk tips, if I have any extroverts that follow me, that would be great. Because the thing is like, all right, my phone wanted to keep shutting down and whatever, so this is where we're gonna end. I don't know where the fuck we ended. I even flipped it because like I didn't want to put it back in my holder. But anyway, this is the finished look. Lipstick is the Malibu Barbie collection, the like bright pink one from ColourPop. But yeah, and then lashes are from ABH. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please make sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I upload a video. Please make sure to subscribe to all my social media. You can find me at ShaunaMarie_84 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. That is it, you guys. Sorry for like the weird video. If you are an extrovert or just like really good at small talk, let me know in the comments some like things to talk about with people. And yeah, I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.